name is Jimmy, and this topic is concerning the Arabian involvement in slavery in Africa. And I want to weigh in concerning this topic because I've seen most of Africans knows the history of the white involvement of slavery in Africa, the white involvement of colonization in Africa. But a lot of Africans are surprised when I talk about the history of the Arabians in Africa. A lot of us even doesn't know that the Arabians are the ones that commit the worst atrocity in Africa, more than the Europeans or the Americans. You know, when you ask any African, they say, oh, you know, the white slave Africans, the white did this, the white destroyed Africans. And I just want to, you know, talk about it in this video. You know, it's a little bit, if I may say, it's ignorant of the Africans that they didn't study the right history. The white, of course, was involved in slavery. The white was also, of course, in Africa. But it wasn't the foundation of the destruction and the atrocity that commit in Africa. Okay, let me bring you back, way back, way back. The history of slavery towards the Africans. The history of slavery commit by the Arabians to the Africans. In 639, when Muhammad died in 632, the Arabian begin to conquer any country, like other countries like Jerusalem, Jordan, Egypt, and all this Syria and Iraq. But they still moved to Africa, like Egypt. So when they occupied Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, you know, they came to Egypt in 639, and when they occupied Egypt, they trying to conquer the people of Nubians. Nubians is between Egypt and Sudan. These are the black people. If you look at the history of the pharaohs, the Sudan, the Nubians, they were involved in Egypt. And don't forget the land that the Arabs occupy today in Africa, such as Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, Libya. You know, these are the people that is living in these countries today are not the indigenous of Africa. These are the Arabian descent. These are the people that came from Arabian. They occupied the land of the Africans. And today, people thought that all these countries, it belongs to the Arab, the Arab that are living there today. No. We have the Berber that were in Algeria. We have the Cox was there in Egypt. But you know, today they already mixed up with the Arabians. So when you look at them, they now look like the Arabian. They were not like Arabian. They were like the Nubians. They were light-skinned black. But it wasn't like the Arabian that you see today in Africa, in all these countries. So Africans are a little bit ignorant of our history. So when these people begin, they fought with the Nubians. The Nubians, you know, resist not to be occupied by this Arabian. After they sign a deal, there will not be no more fight, but in one condition, that the Nubians should be given 400 slaves to the Arabians. That was when the slavery of Africa began. The slavery of Africa began in 639 until 644. They fought with the Nubians and they begin to collect Africans as slaves. And what happened? They request more women. They request more women. You know, the Arabians, they like women. They like women. They can keep as much as possible, as much as their right hand can keep. And they can marry 4, but they keep as much as their right hand can keep. So they ask for more women. And all these women were sent to Arabia. And it goes on for years. They were sending all these women to Arabia. And they took some few men to do some farm work, some cleaning, some hard job. But these men were castrated. So the Arabians that took African men, all the men that went to Arabia, most of them were castrated. And the women were keeping as concubines. So today, all some of these Africans you see, like from Mauritania, these are all Arab descent. Some of them are like the light skin from Arabian, like the Fula, like these are all Arabian descent that came from the concubite. So when you go back to all these countries I'm talking about today, such as Saudi Arabia, they still have African slaves. Yemen still have a lot of African slaves. Mauritania still kept a lot of African slaves. Even though in Yemen, when a man died, his slave are shared as heritage from his for the children. Egypt still have black people. They treat them very poor. Morocco treat their black people very poor. All these Libyans treat their black people very poor. Black doesn't have any respect in all these Arab countries. And when the Arabs come to Europe, they ask for respect. And I don't understand this. These Arabs doesn't treat black people with any respect, with no dignity, with nothing. Go to their countries, black people are treated like inferior. And when they come to Europe, they ask for a lot of respect. Why they always want for them? Why they always ask for respect? Why they don't give others respect? Even though today in Europe, the Arabs are disrespectful to the Europeans, the European indigenous. I've seen it times without number. They spit on their face. They have no respect for anybody. And what scared me today, that the people, our young children in university are not studying the right history. The history they're studying today is painted history. Europeans are avoiding the right history, and Europeans take all the blame. Yeah, we slaved the Africans, we occupied the African country, we colonized the Africans. But nobody want to talk about the Arab atrocity towards the African. And it's still coming back. Arab have no respect for black people. Arab have no value for black people. Can I ask you, no matter which country you are living in Europe, you are living in Asia, you are living in America, you are living in Canada, you are living in Australia, have you seen how many black people that married to Arabian women? Including, let me put also the Africans Muslim that went to mosques, pray with them, pray with the Arabians. Even though if an African told his friend, an Arab, I want to marry your sister, that's the end of that friendship. And they telling us that, oh, the white hate you. No, my friend, the white doesn't hate the black people. The Arabs hate black people 10 times than the white. Africans can still marry the white. If you look at all over the corner, we marry the white. We have children with them. We can live with them. You can live with any people. You can live with the Indians. You can live with the Buddhas. You can live with the Hindus. You can live with the other people, but only the Arabs that you cannot live together. It's impossible to live with these people. And not only that, they claim to be superior than any other people. And when I look back to the countries where they came from, there's nothing coming out of these countries. It's only sand and nothing. Civilization has been in their continent. Although that the country wasn't belongs to them, all the country they occupy today belongs to the Arabs. You know? But today, most of these countries have changed to Arabia. And let me ask you, what is coming out in those countries today? Where is the knowledge that's coming out from this country? The only thing they're still doing their movement by birth, giving more children. And when you look at the statistic today, Europeans are declining. And what scared me, when Europeans are declining, the Arabs are multiplying. They are growing in numbers. If you look at the average birth that gave the average children that have in Europe, almost, let's say 60% is from Islamic background. And the problem is that when these people are growing, they dominating the country. And not only that, civilization begin to die. Look back where they came from. All these countries, they already occupied and dominated. There's nothing coming out on this country. And what is bothering me, the Africans are not learning from history. The Arabians will slave Africans again. They're still slaving us till today. Go to Sudan. You will still buy a black man, a grown-up black man like me in Sudan. And today in Europe, in America, you know, the Arabians are coming to Africans community in America, telling them, oh, you know that the white people hate you. The white people did it. You have to become a Muslim. And they're using Islam to divide the whole nation. Look at what is going on everywhere in the world. It's about or you support the Muslim, or you're against the Muslim, or you hate the Muslim. And the Muslim use the cover of the multicultural to cover themselves, and using this platform to pin the Europeans down and keep on occupying the land of Europeans and keep on occupying the land of the Americans. The Americans, all the hard work they did, all the effort they did since the 14th, beginning of 15th century, including the black slavery that worked with them, are today have been trying to take over by the Arabian. That's how they live. They take over other people's hard working. So now today, if you look at in America, it's the same. Every day in the news, it's about the Arabians. They want space. They want space. They want space. They are taking over people hard working. If you look at in Europe today, they are taking over Europeans. Sometimes even in Europe, you think you are living in the Middle East. It's a problem. Like, even though sometimes I think I'm living in the Middle East, I did not choose Middle East. And the Africans will pay the price because they got no respect for black people. They treat black people poorly. They treat black people inferior. Look at, let me take you back just not long ago, 500 years ago. Look at Turkey. Turkey was the European capital by the Roman Empire. What happened when the Islamic took over the Turkey? Look at the wonderful big church, Hagia Sophia. Today become Islam, become a mosque. And today, look at the Turkish. Turkish are not even though. Look at Turkish immigrants all over the continent. Go to Germany, it's disaster. Go to Belgium, Holland, Germany. Turkish is everywhere. When Muslims, when Arab, they took over any country, that country died. Civilization died. I give you 500 years. Belgium will wipe out with civilization. Europeans will be less productive. They will be more dummies in Europe. And the Africans will be slave again. The Africans will be slave again. These people have no respect for black people. They can tell you, my friend, my brother, my this. No, it's not true. It's to deceive you. And they will, whenever anything happens, they say, oh, you know, the Europeans doesn't like us. Europeans doesn't do this. And they use the cover of multicultural in order to occupy these countries. They are destroyers. They don't offer anything in any civilization. Nothing. Only destroy. Black Americans today, look at your neighborhood. The Arabian, the Syrian, all this Middle East, they are coming. They will bring you Islam. They will tell you you need to become a Muslim. You need to fight back to the white people. And the idea is to brainwash you because they look for the soft target. And with this soft target, they begin their movement. And the idea is when they convert the Africans into Islam, the Africans will help them to fight the white people. And before you know it, the civilization will begin to shrink because the Africans will be fighting the white people. And that's what is going on today. And people call it multicultural. And let me remind you, President Obama, the former president, when you went to Egypt, did you remind the Egyptians to treat their black people fair? And you know, you're going around the world talking about multicultural, talking about equal right for everybody. But you never mentioned the equal right to Africans. Look at even the common, all these Arabian countries that Africans have to pass through to come to Europe. Go and see how they treat the black people there. Go and look at it. Look at how the Arabians treat the black people in Morocco, in Algeria, in Syria, in Libya. Go and see how they treat black people. Just these black people want to pass. They are coming to Europe. They have no respect for black people. So the Arabians are destroyers. They are not, you can't live with them. So Europeans, please stop talking about multicultural, that multicultural is for everybody. No, it's to Islamitize the countries, it's to change the country to become Islamic. And you know what? European leaders, please put European people first, European indigenous first. Europeans should take over their country. They've been giving up their country. I will tell you one thing. Today, I'm from Africa. I have a place to go back. Moroccans have a place to go back. But you have no place to go back. You have no place to go back. This is your continent. Defend it. Stop giving the ground. Okay? There's no any immigrant that's here in the last 60 years doesn't have a place to go back. We all have a place to go back. Only you that doesn't have a place to go back. Stop giving your country away. Knowledge will die. See you guys in my next video. Take care. Be careful. Bye.